Saitama Super Saiyan Lost Souls Ghost Mask Gamer, and I am back, and I'm going to be reviewing episode 10 and 11 of One Punch Man because I did miss episode 10 reviewing it, but I watched the episode and I forgot to. But we got to see, as you can see, Miss Tornado using her powers. We only saw a glimpse of what could happen because there was like a type of dinosaur guy. I can't remember his name, I'm sorry, but he was basically friends with the Deep Sea King, as what I preferred from what he said, but he was tempting her, basically saying the only thing that you'd be able to do to hurt me at least is like sling a meteor at me, but you're so tiny you can't do anything to me. And she was like, okay. And then dropped a freaking meteor from the sky. And all you see is bones left. Like, just straight up bones and fire. But into this episode, we hear about something tragic. We get into this, and then we see Silver Fang. I'm pretty sure that's his name. He's the old man. He's a very good martial artist. But he was like saying he wanted to teach Saitama and Genos some of his fighting styles. They're like, no, no thanks. We're good. We don't need it. And at the midst of this, some guy comes rushing into Silverfang's studio saying that there is trouble and that there's going to be a S rank meeting. So it called upon Genos and Silverfang, which were the only two S ranks there. But Genos mentioned Saitama should go because he's very strong, as you know. He was like, okay, I understand. But it was like saying, not saying. So they went and it was a meeting full of S ranked heroes. And the board, I would say, were telling them all about what was going on, why they were called upon, all the S ranked heroes were there, and then it was like saying that there there was a old lady that could predict everything, that everything she predicted was 100% correct so far of her life. And at the last moment, before she predicted the full meaning of what she was going to say last, she choked on a cough drop. Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't predict that. But she choked on a cough drop, and in the midst of it, she was telling them that the world is in danger and that something was going to happen, which they didn't get to fully hear. But as this was going on, something was outside. They could not see because their windows are basically tinted, but it's protected from everything outside, so the building can't fully be destroyed. But it was like a big spaceship was hovering over City A, and it sent one big blast straight into the ground. I was surprised at this, but yeah, it destroyed most of the City A. Yeah, as you can see right there, it says worse than that of a dragon level. And as you can see, all the S ranked heroes. But it was like, as they were going outside to figure out what was going on, Saitama had already crashed through the ceiling of the building and already entered the spaceship, hovercraft, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, he was destroying most of the ship already. And while that was going on the outside, there was this kind of muck looking thing. He looked like the thing off of Teen Titans. Plasmus is his name. He looked like that, except he was like a sort of darker colored right there, as you can see. But he had multiple bodies, and he could fuse into one. And this is heading into episode 11 right now, so it's like continuing on from there. There's a swordsman that tries to fight him. He's seeming to be tearing him apart, but the kind of muck kind of thing can fuse back together, as you can tell from what he can do, and ends up the thing ends up blowing his arm clean off right there as the dude. These pictures are timing it right. But anyways, it's so he's in trouble with one arm left. He's about to get demolished. I said demolished by this thing, and then three S ranked heroes. One is Silver Fang, one is the guy that was in jail. I can't remember these guys' names, and then one was a swordsman. These three, oh my god, these guys were freaking awesome. First, the guy that was in jail was remembering what happened from the past episodes with the Deep Sea King telling him that you have to strike to kill, and that was playing in his mind, strike to kill, and he head on straight pounded at the thing, but as you know, he healed himself up right away, and then there was like a little piece of the muck that kind of turned into a bat, and then the one of the S ranked heroes with a bat, kind of, you know, bat, I don't know, but he was swinging at the thing until he fully realized that there's something hidden inside of it, which is like a marble type deal, and once you break that piece of him. And he told the other S ranked heroes, and they were like, "Oh, so that's your weakness." And the guy with the sword was like saying, "So now I'm going to slice you into pieces worse than I've been doing." Yeah, yeah, I don't know. But they were like going straight at it. The Silver Fang was jabbing with his hands like he was Neji, and then the guy from jail was like swinging as fast as he can. Like it was so freaking crazy. This battle was going on, and then yeah, I don't know. Oh freak! I forgot to tell you guys. At the end of episode 10, you got to see, which that last picture you seen was a guy named Boros. Yeah, you didn't learn pretty much of him. You just seen his face as he appeared on the last bit of the episode. But going into it, as they dealt with that creature outside, Saitama was inside destroying over half of the ship. He met up with the sidekick guy, which was the boss's, I think, second in command, and the guy was pretty weird, saying that he had psychic powers. I did not download that picture, but he had psychic powers, and none of his powers were working on Saitama. And he tries to use like materials from the ship, rocks and stuff, and it swings at Saitama, and Saitama catches it and flings it back and splits the guy's head halfway open, and that kills him. He goes searching for the leader, and he finds him. He crashes through the door that was holding him, and there holds Boros. The guy was saying that he was the strongest, and apparently where he's at, there was like a fortune teller type deal, saying that there's some guy basically as strong as you in another way planet. And then he's like searching, saying he was like, I'm just thinking these guys just want me off the planet. They don't want me here. But he ended up searching and he found him. And he could tell from Saitama's energy how strong Saitama was, even though he was saying that there's no limit to his power. And then he was like, as he was talking, and then he was talking and stuff. He dashes at Saitama. Saitama one punches him into the wall, and he had some type of armor on, but the armor breaks, and for the first time, one enemy wasn't one punched, and that was crazy. And going back to what was happening outside, ending up, they break like, I guess I would say about 4 or 5 marbles, leading it to one marble left, which was the one head of the guy. And he ends up crashing Silverfang so hard into multiple boulders. I have no idea if Silverfang's even alive anymore. Like, this dude was so freaking epic. I freaking loved him and the others. And as that was going on, you get to see one ultimate figure. Oh my god, Moomin Rider returned. Not to battle it out with any of them, but he was saving people that he could find any alive in the city A. And then you were you as he returned to the border directions, I guess you could say, they were like, you see two other familiar faces. I was like, oh man, Sting and Lightning. They were saying you're not going to steal this whole spotlight. Oh man, Moomin Rider and them, they're the greatest. I don't know, but Saitama, after he broke this dude's armor, you see that right there. That's his body opened up, and then he starts to, I guess, feel overpowered because that he was saying that the armor was a seal to seal off his all his power, and once he broke it, he started transforming like that thing off of, what's it called? What was one of the past episodes? I can't remember his name. He was like a big brute that kept killing clones of that doctor. I can't remember his name. I'm trying to remember. It will come to me. I'll edit it in somewhere. But yeah, that was pretty epic, and we're going to finish this show. Oh my god, episode 12 is next week. The last episode. Guys, are you freaking ready for this episode? 'Cause I'm sure not. But if you guys like what you're seeing, hit the like button, comment down below your opinion, subscribe if you're new, and as usual, guys, I have to say, I'm out.